आटा चलिए Welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us for today's webinar. My name is Dinesh Nair. I am the moderator of this webinar which entitled Teen Pregnancy. Teen pregnancy is a popular issue among the teens nowadays. The amount of teenagers pregnant around the age 15 to 17 is quite concerning. Although most pregnancy are unintentional, it is still means there are changes of them becoming pregnant. At the same time, the teenage pregnancy associate with social issues. Finally, they come to a time when they need help and support. So today in this session, we will discuss about the teen pregnancy. Four panels are joining with us today's discussion. Further, without further delay, I would like to introduce them. First of all, Dr. Katyayani, who is working at Hospital Sultana Amina and has working experience as 6 years. The next panelist is Dr. Narmada, the psychologist who is working at Columbia Asia. Next third panel, Miss Durga is a volunteer from Sekolah Harapan, and also we can call it School of Hope that help teens moms to continue their further studies. And finally, we have Mrs. Usha is a mother for 2 children. Just a little housekeeping before we get started. If you have any question during the webinar, please type them into the comment section in your control panel. I will bring it up then at the end of the presentation, and we will also have the time for the questions. Now, without further delay, we will start our discussion. Firstly, I would like to ask Miss Durga the first question. Miss Durga, can you explain more precisely about the teen pregnancy?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Dinesh. Okay. Teenage pregnancy is defined by the World Health Organization as the pregnancy that occurs among adolescent girls aged 10 till 19. Teenage pregnancy is a global social problem related to a wide range of adverse health and social outcomes impacting teenagers, families, and society. Evidence shows that the approximately 14 in every 1,000 underage Malaysian girls, or 18,000 overall, became pregnant each year. The Malaysia Welfare Department also reported that approximately 111 unmarried young girls were pregnant, and that the recorded rate is 6 per 1,000 women aged 15 till 19 years. In comparison, Singapore's rate is only 4 pregnancies for every 1,000 underage girls, and Hong Kong's 3 out of every 1,000. Yeah.
So, Miss Durga, in your opinion, what are the factors of teen pregnancy?
Okay. The age of consent in Malaysia is 16. The age of consent is the minimum age at which an individual is considered legally able to give consent to sexual activity. Individuals aged 15 or younger in Malaysia are not legally able to give consent to sexual activity, and such activity may result in prosecution for statutory rape or the equivalent local law. Studies also showed that the most teen pregnancy cases in Malaysia involve girls from among the urban poor, that is the lower socio-economic income group, comprising single mothers with children as well as parents who work double shifts or have 2 jobs and leave their children unsupervised at home. Sadly, these sectors are the large groups where their teenage daughters end up pregnant. Predominantly, these young girls are lack attention and are left alone on their left alone with a lot of free time on their hands. It's like a vicious cycle, you know. As it stands, they hail from a low socio-economic income group and regrettably end up pregnant. Furthermore, some parents want their daughter to come home alone without the baby, as they believe an illegitimate child would bring shame to the family. More often than not, unwed mothers are not accepted by their own parents, hence, the practice of dumping or abandoning newborn infants. Data also shows that an average of 100 babies are being dumped nationwide in Malaysia every year. Meanwhile, the information about teen pregnancy has been available on the Health Ministry's My Health portal since 2012. It only saw 34 visitors as at end November last year, reflecting the poor outreach among the youths. So yeah.
Thank you, Miss Durga, for sharing about the factors of teen pregnancy. We can say that mostly teenagers who are lack of parental monitoring and ending up with this issue. And also, it is clear that awareness about that pregnancy is not yet reach all the people. Now we're moving forward to the next question. Dr. Katyani, what are the signs of pregnancy? Because many of the teens still not aware about the symptoms of pregnancy. Can you?
Sure. Thank you, Mr. Dinesh, for the question. First of all, missing no more menstrual period is the classic sign of pregnancy. But this can be tricky for teenage girls whose periods are not yet regular. It can be also tricky for girls whose cycles are off as a of dieting or exercise, low body fats from sports or anorexia. The list of pregnancy signs includes missed menstrual period, nausea or vomiting. It's called morning sickness. So it can be happens throughout the day. Sudden intense aversion to certain foods, and especially meats or fatty, fried foods, frequent urination, and unusual mood swings. A positive pregnancy test is another sign of pregnancy. Today's home pregnancy tests are generally considered accurate. These simple kits can be bought over the counter in drugstores.
Okay, how does the teenage pregnancy affect teen mothers?
So teens are at a higher risk for pregnancy-related high blood pressure. That's called preeclampsia. Its complications than average age mothers. Risks for the baby include premature birth and low birth weight. Preeclampsia can also harm the kidneys or even be fatal for the mother or baby. Pregnant teens also have a higher chance of becoming anemia. Anemia is a reduction in the number of red blood cells. It's called RBCs. Okay. This can be make you feel weak and tired and can be affect your baby's development. According WHO, that is a World Health Organization, complications during pregnancy or childbirth are the leading cause of the death globally for girls aged 15 to 19. If you get pregnant as a teen, you may feel frightened and worry about telling your family and friends. Not talking to someone and not getting the help and support you need can make you feel more isolated and depressed. This can lead to problems at home and at school.
So, how teenage pregnancy affect their babies?
A healthy pregnancy lasts 40 weeks. A baby that's delivered before 37 weeks of pregnancy is premature. Teen mothers are more likely to give birth to premature babies. Sometimes these babies lack complete development in their body and brain. Depending on how premature the baby is, this can be lead to lifelong difficulties with health and development. Premature babies also tend to be underweight. Underweight babies may have trouble breathing and feeding as infants. As adults, underweight babies are more susceptible to diseases such as diabetes and heart disease. Low birth weight also affect brain development. Children who were born underweight have been observed to have learning difficulties. In addition to having an increased risk of being underweight, infants born to teenage mothers are also at the higher risk of infant mortality.
Thank you, Dr. Katyani, for the detailed information. Moving forward to our next question to Dr. Narmada. sorry, doctor, as a psychologist, you must have faced teen moms who face mental effects and came to you for the counseling session. So, can you explain about the mental stress faced by the teen moms?
Yes, sure. Teen pregnancy can in some cases be linked to mental health issues. As you might imagine, it's often very stressful for a teenager to find that she's unexpectedly pregnant. Her feelings might range from excitement to devastation within the same day. She is likely anxious and worried about telling people and about what lies ahead. Particularly for a teen predisposed to anxiety, this can set off or exacerbate the condition. Even if you know the teen has never had issues with anxiety before, the hormonal changes, the uniquely stressful, can lead someone to situations it is start. Once you find out that your teen is pregnant, take these steps to ease her anxiety. First of all, talk to her calmly about her options. Let her know that you will be there for her and that no matter what she chooses to do, she will come out of it okay. On the other hand, encourage her to use relaxation techniques such as guided imagery, meditation to stay calm. Next, antenatal depression. Antenatal depression is a type of depression that begins during pregnancy and affects up to 23% of pregnant women. It is very important for you both and your teen daughter to be aware of the symptoms of antenatal depression. These include persistent sadness, changes in appetite that are unrelated to the physical effects of pregnancy, and thoughts of suicide also. Antenatal depression can be treated, and it's important that it is because if left untreated, if the condition can lead to nutritional deficiencies and drinking or smoking. So it's very important to make sure that your teen has the support network she needs, especially if she is already having a heart popping time with a pregnancy, or she is dealing with additional complicated situations and all. Next, I would like to talk about postpartum depression and psychosis. Perhaps one of the most well-known and common health conditions associated with pregnancy is postpartum depression. A more severe condition is postpartum psychosis. For a postpartum depression goes beyond the nearly universal baby blues that few days of the baby's birth. Rather than, as time goes by, moms with postpartum depression, they tend to have symptoms of depression lasting weeks or months. Postpartum depression is much more severe and warrants and immediate symptoms include sudden mania, paranoia, hallucinations, and all. Mothers with postpartum depression could be at risk of harming their babies or themselves no matter what decisions your daughter makes for her pregnancy or for her baby. Try to be the source of this support that she desperately needs during this difficult time. Thank you.
Yeah, it is clear that pregnant adolescents are higher risk to get mental problems such as depression, intense stress, and pressure to become parents. Thank you, Dr. Narmada, for explaining about this. So, lastly, we know that every problem has its own solution. As a parents, how you give solutions to this problem? Miss Usha, can you explain the solutions?
Yes, sure, Mr. Dinesh. I strongly believe that mothers plays an important role to prevent teenage pregnancy. When I say mothers, it's mean their parenting skills. First of all, they need to do is to talk with their children early and often about sex and love. Be specific to them. Make them to understand the differences between sex and love. The most important thing is you can do is to say the first few words. Be honest and open with them. Listen carefully to find out what your children already understands about the education. Make your conversation back and forth, which means two-way communication. Let your children know what you value and believe on them. Then be sure to be a good role model and walk the talk. It's important that your child feel comfortable asking you questions about anything, not just the questions about sex. It's mean like love, life, or anything in the world. Do your best to be an askable parents. Let your children know what they can talk with you about whatever they are thinking or worrying about. Second, supervise and monitor your children's activities. Do know where your children are at all the times. Are they safe? What are they doing? Are they involved in useful activities? If they aren't with you, you are the responsible as a parent to supervise them. You may be accused of being too snoopy, but you can help your children understand that parents who care and know where their kids are always. Know your children's friends and their families too, since peers have a strong influence on teens. Do your best to help your children to choose friends from families with similar values. Welcome your children's friends into your home and talk with them regularly. Then talk with your parents about your common and rules and expectations from them. Furthermore, help your teens to have options for the future that are much more attractive than early pregnancy and parenthood. Help them to set the real and meaningful goals for their future. Talk with them about what they will need to do to reach their goals. As a parent, you have to help them to reach their goals too. Moreover, help them to see how becoming a parent can relay the best of plans. For example, childcare expenses can make it almost impossible to afford colleges in teenage. Then help them to learn to use their free time in constructive ways by being sure they set aside time to do their homework too. Then you can let your children to participate in community service which can help them to teach them job skills and can put them in touch with a variety of committed and caring adults. I think as a parent, that's how I will protect my child.
Thank you, Mrs. Usha, for sharing the solution. It may be very useful to the parents out there. It is clear that the parents play an important role to preventing teen pregnancy. So now we will go ahead and take some time for the question session. Just a reminder, please be sure put your questions into the comment section in YouTube. Where did I check the questions? Yeah, we have one question from the viewers. The first question: as a parent, how you protect your children from teenage pregnancy? As a parent means this question suit for the Mrs. Usha. Can you once more?
Yeah, sure, Dinesh.
You get it, the question?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Okay, as a parent, I protect my child from teenage pregnancies by being friendly with them. I always be friendly with my children by sharing anything, like if they want to share with me like anything about their love matter or something else, I will always be like so friendly, and I'm not a very strict parents. My children also won't hide and seek with me anything. They have introduced their families, their friends families to me also, and I got no I know who their friends are and who are they talking about. So please be a friendly type of parents to avoid teenage pregnancy.
Yeah, thank you, Mrs. Usha, for the answer. We have another question from Group 7. Our question is: are there any organization where the girls can get help if their parents won't? Yeah, Miss Durga, can you give answer for this?
Yeah, sure. As myself, I'm from the as a volunteer from NGO from Sekolah Harapan. So, if the parents are not willing to help the childrens or teen moms, we can help. Where there is a place now in Malaysia that gives hope to teen moms. Literally, it's called Sekolah Harapan or School of Hope. It is the first school for pregnant teens opened in September 2010 in Jasin, Melaka. Yeah, the WHO, which is called as the World Health Organization, even was surprised given our society's stigma towards pregnant schoolgirls. But this is the really good. Chief Minister Ali Rustam launched the school saying it was important that the girls do not fall behind in their studies or worse, give up academics altogether. Though it is in Malacca, it's open to students across the country. The all-female staff teach religious classes in the morning, followed by academic classes in the evening. They also provide counseling skills and training to the girls. Yeah, so we can help the teen moms if the parents are not willing to help them.
Yeah, thank you, Miss Druga. The question from Group 5: what is the effects of teenage pregnancy on society?
Our society relies on moral belief and ethic and woman etiquette. And unfortunately, teenage pregnancy is viewed as a taboo. Society, as progressive as it wants to be, cannot embrace the concept of a pregnant teen mothers. So the effect of the teenage pregnancy on society is first the I think the suicide, the rate of suicide is will be higher because teenage moms are more prone to committing suicide as the accumulation and embarrassment and the lack of the social support and trigger in depression. Emotional stress, financial crisis, and social alienation are some the main contribution factors that trigger a suicide among teen mothers.
Yeah, thank you. So the next question from Group 3, I think this question suit for this psychologist, Dr. Narmada. What do you think about abortion?
Maybe Miss Narmada have some internet connection, so I can explain for this question. Mr. Dinesh, can you come again with the question? What is the question?
What do you think about the abortion?
Okay, in my opinion, abortion is not an option for teen moms. Yes, of course, many parents would suggest their teen daughters to do abortion. But in my opinion, there is a school of hope, Sekolah Harapan. If the teen moms want helps, we can help them. So I think abortion will be little risky for teen moms because they are so young for do abortion. So, Dr. Katyani, do you have anything about to say about abortion?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that's
as a doctor, she must answer for this.
yeah, I think that is the not a perfect way to
Handle
for teen
this.
mothers. So better we have many choice to teen mothers.
Thank you for the answers. The next questions from Group 8. As a parent, how you protect your children from teenage pregnancy? Miss Usha. Oh, sorry.
think
Sri
already
Jyothashini is the
answered.
parents, right? Yeah, sorry. Miss Durga, can you answer for this? Because the questions to you as a parents. How you protect your children from teenage pregnancy?
I think that question is already answered by Mrs.
Oh, sorry.
Usha
The
Devi.
repeated question, right? Oh, yeah. Mistake from me. Sorry. The next question from Group 4. Miss Durga, can you explain about Sekolah Harapan?
Yeah, as I say, Sekolah Harapan is the first school which open for pregnant teen moms. So if the parents could not willing to protect or take care of the teen daughters who are pregnant, so they can send their daughters to Sekolah Harapan. So we are willing to take care them until they give birth, and after the confinement period, they can go back to their family. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Miss Sri Durgashini. Sorry for the confusion just now. I move to the next question. From the viewers, should parents be held responsible for their children having children at such a young age? I repeat the question. Should parents be held responsible for their children having children at such a young age? Yeah, anyone for that?
I think parents are responsible, because if they take care of their children by not giving a lot of free times or not doing two jobs, so I think parents should take responsible for this case, because without the parental monitoring, I think these cases are increasing because of the lack of parental monitoring. So, in my opinion, parents should be considered as the what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. We have covered all our questions. So we can conclude that teens are the next generation of the leaders of our society. Parents play a major role in educating their teens about their values and the possible consequence of the teen sex and unprotected sex. Building trust and encouraging their children can avoid this teen pregnancy. Thank you, everyone. We appreciate you being here. Thanks again for joining us today. We will meet you soon next time. Thank you. That's all from us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.